After a long day in the office yesterday of doing some decluttering and destashing, I thought I'd come back in and play, and let's work on our Christmas journal. Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. And today I just wanted to play a little bit. Before I go any farther though, I want to give a shout out to Sapphire Blue. And then the rest of these came, I believe, from the Paper Monkey, Carrie's channel. I have Butter Roll Boutique, Paper Roses and Coffee, Crafts by Diane, and Thumbprint Creations by Carrie. Those girls have all started following me, thanks to Carrie at the Paper Monkey. If you've not watched Carrie's channel, you need to go check her out. She's a lot of fun. So this morning I wanted to do a couple of things. I haven't done anything else in the book yet, but I have been doing... I'm getting my paper from behind me here. If you remember, we did 3 of these tags. So I thought I would do the 2 tags for those this morning. Now these are 2 of the tags that I've done, and we're going to do one together. And I used the snowflake from Snowflake Sentiments, and I used the candy cane stripe from Candy Cane Christmas. And we're going to do the 3rd one together. And then I'm going to show you what else we're going to do. So let me set these aside. Pull this up. The first thing I did, these were 3.5 by 5. Fit perfectly in the pocket. And I decided, remember, these came in 2 sizes. You can get them individually or you can buy the bundle with a little bit of a savings. And I chose to use, excuse me, let me refresh my memory. Yeah. Where did I go? Did I use the 1.5 inches? No, I used the 1.25 inches right there. I used the 1.25 inches on these tags. So let's go ahead and snip these off first. This is the larger template of the 2. And wherever your number is, that's your side that you want to cut. Now you can use the other ones and that's fine, but you want to start with these. And I got these from Mart Creations. Now these acrylic templates serve 2 purposes. Not only do you get a perfect cut every time, but if you already have a decorated tag, so you're using a designer series paper or a pattern paper, then you can position this and you can see your background on your paper to see where you want to cut off so you don't nip off something on your tag that you don't want to lose up here on the top. And if you're laying them on the work table, then you can find them easily with their logo in the middle. But they also come with the hole punch, so you can do that. And I hang mine on a hook over here to the right of me. Okay, so there's that part. Now the other thing I did is I used this from Candy Cane Christmas, and I used the ink Pretty in Pink from Stampin' Up. I could not find that for the longest time. And I realized it was in my kit from when we were doing the 100 Days Challenge last year. And I didn't finish my tags because I took off and I went to Big Mama's in April. And I never did get to finish my tags last year. So this year next year I've got that set aside to finish those tags. So then I put the snowflake, and I'm going to put it right down here in the corner. And yes, I realize it snaps over the candy cane, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to set that aside, and I will clean those when I'm done. The other thing I did was I took this little bee punch, and I get this from Hobby Lobby, and it is the perfect punch without having to get your big one out. It gives you just enough of an edge off your punch, off your tag, so that your rounded tag edge will blend perfectly. Let it slide into your pocket. So I'm going to dust my edges really quick. And then we're going to cut tab pulls from pattern paper from this collection. Get that moved out of the way. Set those aside. Get rid of my stamping paper. Find a place to put this, it doesn't slide off. Okay, The other thing I'm going to use, and I wound up not using these, I'm going to set these back over here, out of the way. Now y'all have seen, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the whale tail punches that Stampin' Up used to carry, and I think WeRMakers has one out. But this is a cool set from Maddie at Spectrum Art Creations, because you get 3 different sizes, and you also get 2 of each one. Now I gave a set to my sister, and you also get these. If you're going to do regular tags, you get the reinforcers on those. We're going to use this, I think we're going to use this one. Let's see. Oh, that one might be a little bit too big. Let's see. Yeah, that one's got way too much. I think I'm going to use the big one, which means I could have used my punch instead of my die. But I don't think the punch, I think it's more the middle size, and I want this bigger one. So I'm going to get my Tim Holtz sidekick out. And that's what we're going to cut these out with. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all 3 of them, because I have 3 tags. So we're going to go ahead and cut them all at once. And what did I do with my pattern paper collection? Here it is. I've got my scraps. And I think I want to use, if I can get in here, I'd like to use this one. No, it's not enough pink. This is the perfect. So let's use the snowflake and cut it out. I like my sidekick. Of course, I think they came out with a teal one after I bought this one, which really irritated me, because, you know, me and my pink. I'm going to pull that off, and those are going to go back in that scrap packet. I am working in the studio again today, so I'm probably not going to get anything else done. So I'm going to lay that like that, and I can get 2 of these off of here. So this tells me where I need to cut this off out of my way. I got kit stuff off the floor yesterday, but I have to sort stuff that was also piled on the floor, and if I get lucky before Bob comes home, I'll be able to go through the stuff on the couch too, and that's my big goal. I want to have my couch totally cleaned off and ready for Halloween decorating, because I have couch covers, and I made pillows last year, or year before last. I have valances that are Halloween themed that go across the top. So let's get this one on here. Now remember, I don't decorate my tags too much because I don't want anything hanging up in the pockets. So stamping or stickers are perfect to use on your tags. Oops. I don't bend over so well anymore. Okay, and before I lose these, which I have been prone to do, I'm going to get this put back away. And I will link these in my favorite tools list down below in the description box, so you can go in and find those. Okay, and then we can get this out of the way, and I'll package that later. But now these have to have a little bit of crease in them, and I moved stuff over here, so I have to stop and think where my scoreboard's at. So I'm just going to find a line. Now you want, if you're going to fold in, you want to make sure that that's the side that you score on, and you'll get a better crease and a better fold. So since these are going to fold in this way, I want to make sure that I turn that tag upside down. Just like that. Okay. And those are small enough I can crease them with my fingernails, so I can just slide that back away. I'm really getting this room organized, and it just amazes me. Now, if this was going to be more of a vintage Christmas, I would dust the edges of these. But I'm not doing vintage. So, let's take these down here and let's get them set up. And I am going to use my Tombow for this. Checking my time. We have 10 minutes in. And I'm fine with that. Because I may not get to the other part, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to work on later today when I take a cleaning break. I put in 18,000 steps yesterday working on this studio. Oh my heavens. My legs were so sore last night because my office is in the east side of the house and I was sorting the kits onto my bed on the west side of the house. So that meant going out of my office, through the dining room, through the kitchen, through the bathroom, and then into the bedroom. And then come back and start all over. That was a lot of steps yesterday. The only 2 breaks that I took yesterday, I had a homesteading live at 2 o'clock, and then I had a writing class at 4 o'clock for a half an hour, and that was the only breaks I took yesterday. I'm going to try not to do that today. Now, these seem like a little bit big for the pocket, but that's okay because this is going to be glued to a page, or I could glue this to the page, creating this as a back pocket, and then put smaller stuff in the front, and I may do that. So we have those done. That over here. The other thing I wanted to show you was, remember yesterday, or day before yesterday, when I had these upside down? Well, I had matted them onto paper, and they pulled right up, so they were like this, but notice, the flares on the ribbon are identical regardless of where it's upside down or right side up. So I left that one off to show you. I fixed the other 2. So now this will be right side up. And I had already fixed the other 2, but I wanted to leave that one off to show you what a simple fix that was to what could have been a really bad boo-boo. Because I could have really messed up that tag background trying to take that pink off. Okay, so those we got. Now I've also pulled 3 of these off. Now these look a little coffee dyed, so I may have to go back and pull fresh ones for this. To do is flips on a page. I still need to do the tags for these. But I wanted to show you our page edge. Now remember we did the colored pages, page edge on the white paper. So what I want to do is I want to come in, see if I can find this one, and we're going to do this on the colored pages. We're just going to do a reverse on that. And I'm going to glue that in probably off camera. I am not going to be in here tomorrow or Tuesday because I have to be gone tomorrow, which means I can't film tomorrow. So I will be back here Wednesday and hopefully be able to show you a completed Christmas journal. And I've already set a price on it because I am going to sell this pretty little baby. So leave me a comment down below if you would be interested in this journal and what you would be willing to pay if you would like to share that information. Also, there's a change in my email address for now, but go ahead and use the one that's in the description box. If you want to just privately email me and say, I want first dibs on that journal, and I will let you know the price I have in my brain for this. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Please remember to keep creating, and I will see you back here in a couple of days. In the meantime, please remember to like, to share, subscribe, and creative Christmas blessings.